ask your spouse, what did I used to do that I no longer do that you wish I would do again? You know, something like that.
Good one.
Right?
Well, hey, it's time to hang out with some of our favorite people right here in our kitchen couples. We've got Mike and Diane right here. And we have Dan and Danielle. Okay.
Okay. And it's a good topic because I think it's a topic that a lot of people deal with. How do I fall back in love with my spouse? You know, it reminds me of that old Righteous Brothers song, You've Lost That Loving Feeling. And I mean, that was popular like 60 years ago. But I think it's 64, 19, I looked it up.
But then it was resurrected
In Top Gun.
for the movie Top Gun.
So you weren't, that was before your time.
But I think it stood the test of time because of the topic. Everybody can relate to that. So then that begs the question, how do you get the loving feeling back? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, okay, so I have a theory here. Perhaps couples have lost that love-in feeling because they're just not doing things that they love together as much as they used to. Like married life just kind of demands that we're doing a lot of things we dread together. The bills, the chores, changing blowout poopy diapers. I mean, we don't like
These
that.
are things we love?
These are not things. If you love them, you're a little weird, okay? So, you know, this is just what life is, and so we have to be super intentional to make sure that we're doing things that are new and fun and funny and exhilarating, because when we do those things, you kind of get like a little dopamine hit. And then when you do it together with somebody, you're associating that rush that wants to kind of give you more and more with that person. And so it's connecting you. And so we need to just carve out time to have fun together.
Yeah, sometimes marriage gets a bad rap, right? That marriage somehow kills romance. It somehow makes what was romantic not romantic. But marriage doesn't kill romance. Laziness kills romance.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
When we forget, when we stop, we just get overly familiar with each other and we coexist and we stop doing some of those things that we used to do. I read somewhere recently that it would be a great practice to ask your spouse, what did I used to do that I no longer do that you wish I would do again? You know, something like that.
Good one.
Right? I mean, that's like, you got to be ready for that. You got to be ready for that answer, right? What that is. Like, I'm scared to ask that. We're not going to do that right now on TV. But like, what did I used to do that I no longer do? Because we just get overly familiar and we get a little too comfortable with each other. So you got to, you know, it's been said before that what you do, that married couples have to do what you once did naturally, or you have to be intentional to do it. Like what came natural, you just did when you were dating. You have to be intentional to do it. So, and so you have to kind of go after that romance. You have to be intentional to do some of those things.
And that's okay if you have to do that. You're not broken, you're not, you know, it's totally normal to do that,
Good points.
Good.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I really enjoyed the part about writing the love letter, right? And the fact that when you write the love letter, right, and you're talking about who she is and how great she is, and that it actually helps to kind of spark, help you to remember to smart, and I really do believe that what you treasure, right, is ultimately what you pleasure, right, leads to your pleasure. And so that whole idea of really doing our best to honor our bride and to, you know, to lift her up, to look at her and see the best in her, right? And so for me that is it. When you're, I mean, if you don't play, you're not gonna win, right? So the idea here is get in the game, right? And I thought that was such a neat idea, how he was thinking of writing the letter, you know, not yes, she'll enjoy it, but I'm actually going to kind of remember some of the things that and sort of ignite that flame.
Yeah, and a lot of times we just get in our rut. Like, you've been married for so many years, and sometimes things have to change, right? You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again, thinking that it's going to get better. No, that's not going to happen.
That's the definition of insanity.
100%. And there's a quote that says, if you change the way you look at things, then the things that you look at will change. So there has to be a change.
Say that again. Like, that's good. I like that. We could do that again.
If you change the way you look at things, then the things that you look at will change. And it's so true. It's so true in our marriage. We have to be able to change things up and be able to pivot.
Yes.
Right?
Because
you have to be able to make
like
that
you
shift.
said, Diane, you know, sometimes in marriage, we just get in a rut.
Yes.
And all I can see is how he doesn't put his dirty socks in the laundry.
Right.
Or all I can see is, I mean, he does put his dirty socks in, just by the way. But, you know.
At least one of them makes it.
The other one is still over here. But you know, we can focus on the things that really bug us instead of saying, okay, what is it about him that I love? I love that he puts gas in the car all the time. I do not have to go to a gas station because he does that. Or I love that he takes such good care of me. He's always taking care, like little things. And if we focus what we change how we focus, how we look at it, then we change because we
Because your perspective is powerful.
Exactly.
It changes the way you perceive your spouse. So like he's saying, and like you were saying, when you give your spouse that compliment, not only do they receive the compliment and they feel encouraged, but you are hearing your own mouth say that compliment, and it reinforces the thing that you're saying. So I tell Danielle she's beautiful. She's like, oh, he thinks I'm beautiful, and I'm also reinforcing in my own mind. It's like, wow, yes, she really is beautiful, right? So it changes the way you think. It serves a double purpose, like the love letters did for him.
Exactly. And when we do marriage seminars across the country, we love traveling across, seeing people in person. One of the things we say is that you need to praise your spouse in front of other people. And it's the same idea.
Absolutely.
You're hearing your own voice say the words, what a great guy he is. I just so appreciate what he does. And you praise him in front of your kids.
Yes.
You praise him in front of your family.
That's
Your
right.
family needs to hear what a great guy he is, or girl she is, or whatever. And those kind of things go a long way.
And what he repeated several times there, Peter Haas, in that teaching, is that feelings follow focus. And so, and his football example, I thought was a great one. You know, he moved into, Wisconsin, and he didn't really follow football, and then he became a huge fan. But when you think of a fan, a fanatic, but a fan is something that you really need when that spark is getting low. You need to fan it into flame. You know, so I think that kind of focus. You need to be a fan of your spouse, and so. But it does take that intentionality. It takes that focus, because you realize, okay, we just become roommates. You know, we're together, but we're not really together emotionally. But that kind of a focus, you can wait for the feelings to catch up, but you do what's right first, and the feelings follow.
And I love flirting. How many married people have been married so long flirt with their spouse? Like, keep flirting. You know, these little inside jokes. When we were first married, there was a certain candy bar, which will remain nameless, that meant something special to us. And every once in a while, he'll say the name of that candy. I know exactly what he's talking about, but nobody else knows, you know. The little things, you know, just flirt with your spouse. Resurrect that.
Yeah, and we have to remember, too, that if we're going to grow, when we grow, we change.
Yeah.
Like something that you used to like, well, maybe that don't turn my spouse on anymore, you know, because we're growing in our relationship. We have to remember that some things do change, and it's okay.
It's okay.
It's
And for
all
that
right.
reason, you can't be asleep at the wheel.
Exactly.
Because it's changing. The road's turning.
That's
You have to,
That's it. Yeah. And God tells us that He who began a good work in you is able to complete it. So there's always gonna be some shifts and some things. But remember that God is always in control.
You know, I officiated a wedding recently, and one of the things I said to the bride and groom in the ceremony was I did a little teaching about agape love and how you know, there's other kind of loves in the Bible, and you know, but one is more of a friendship love, and one is more of, you know, a parent-child love, and then there's more of the emotional, passionate love. But agape love is the only one not rooted in emotions, because it's sacrificial, it's committed, it's an act of the will. And so I said, so you're going to have those times in your marriage when things, those that love and feeling might not be there. But if you lead with agape, you do what you know is right, what you committed to at that altar, you know, in sickness and in health, you know, till death do us part, and you know, richer for poor. That commitment, you lead with that and you stand on that truth, and then the feelings will follow. And it'll be a lifelong
This day and
love.
age, we give too much weight to our feelings. We think that's the big deal, but feelings make a great check engine light, but a terrible GPS.
That's right.
Right? So
That's real good, Dad.
there, you get that the feelings you recognize. That's a check engine light. That's time to make the investment. Go back and do the thing. It's not time to get off the road. That's the check engine light to like,
And
do
too many
something
couples
different.
are just going, they're letting their feelings drive their marriage, and that's the whole reason. You know, marriage is getting thrown out the window, but the covenant, like you said, that vow that we promise is what keeps us in the times when we're not feeling the feelings.
umbrella that covers when the feelings are going up and
Exactly.
down. It glues it
So
all
very,
together.
very quickly, men, find a way to win. Yeah.
All right.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, well, this has been good stuff,
This
guys.
has been a
Thanks so
winner
much.
on the show, yeah.
So don't go away. More wins
with
to
us.
come. Hey friends, we really hope you're enjoying the marriage conversations here on our A Better Us YouTube channel.
We have hundreds of more helpful marriage videos designed to give you hope and tools to make your marriage even better.
Right. And you can see just a few options we think you might like here and here. So keep exploring.
Oh, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here so you don't miss out on all the great marriage help we have coming your way all the time.